All right, so Missy, welcome to the radio station. I'm so glad to sit here and talk with you.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
Yeah, I'm visiting
thank you for
with
having
you
me.
here at Monterey Court, and we're going to just sort of have a little chat while we wait for your show tonight. Tell me, when do you start tonight?
Well, we're going to start around 6, and I think a local band, Aaron and Sean, are going to do a set first. And so that'll be really neat, for us.
I saw that. I just met Erin.
You did?
Last Thursday. Yeah, and she's going to be on the show next week.
Woohoo!
I know.
Small world.
I know, right? So I'm excited to hear her too. I've never heard her play.
Me either, so I'm excited.
So tell me, what brings you to, of course, what brings you to, I can edit this too. What brings you to Tucson?
Where we are. But we're actually doing a little tour, so.
Oh, are you?
But just a tiny one because, Arizona's in our backyard, so we're neighbors, and we like to keep in touch. And so we have a regular run that we do through Prescott. But this time we also had a corporate event to do. And we got to do the Rhythm Room last night, the Heart Foundation. They were having a big fundraiser for that, and so that was a bunch of fun with Nika Chambers and Sugar Ray. Monster Mike Welsh was there, Alistair Green, Mike Eldred. Steve Cropper was supposed to be there, but he fell and broke his hip.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so, but they still put on a really good show, so it was great. They made about $12,000 for the foundation, so it was a good day. Yeah, it was a good night.
Nice. Wow. So you regularly go on tour?
That's pretty much all we do. And so we go up a couple of weeks a month. 2 to 3 weeks a month.
Wow.
We go out and then we come back and to Silver City because we love it, and that's our little haven to breathe, which we couldn't do when we were in San Diego. So it's lovely.
Well, that's awesome. So you've moved recently to Silver City.
A year and a half ago.
And you're loving it.
Love it. We love that we live where the deer and the wild cows play. I don't know who put those cows in the forest, but they're awesome.
There are a bunch of cows in the forest,
In the forest, in the mountains.
Yeah.
I don't know who thought of that, but it's lovely.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. I forgot, because I lived out in the Gila for a while.
Yeah.
And there were always cows all over the place.
That's the funniest thing.
So that's really interesting. So you are based in Silver City. You were in San Diego.
Yes. Once we started touring, we realized we could live anywhere. And it's true, and so once we got over the hump, like, oh my God, we're moving to a little town. And I wouldn't trade one of those 10,000 people. I hope it never gets bigger.
It is a sweet little town.
Yeah, it's very nice.
So tell me a little bit more. I know you've won some awards and stuff, so tell me a little bit more about...
Well, I've been nominated for some awards. I haven't won them.
Oh, you didn't win them?
Not them all. But the best ones, I've been nominated for Blues Music Awards twice in the Soul Blues category, and also for Soul Blues album. We did win Best Debut album in 2009 or something.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll take that. That's good.
So how long have you guys been playing together?
Heina and I probably have about 19 years.
Oh my God.
Maybe.
Wow.
Maybe it's only 18. It's over. It's a 1 and a something.
A 1 and a something.
It's not a 2 yet.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's a long collaboration.
Yeah. So we're now just actually starting to feel the groove.
Well, it takes a while.
Yeah. So when we played with, when we had a band, it was different, because everybody was, but now I have a one-man band because that's all I can afford. And so he plays all the stuff. And so, but now I have to sing like I'm in the band, which I didn't have to do before, so you're a little bit more syncopated. And he doesn't like my clapping, but I clap anyway.
So tell me more about how you got into singing and what are some of the highlights of your singing career at this point?
Well, I originally started singing. My mom entered me into a child talent show or something, and I remember being in preschool or kindergarten, and after school, she'd practice with me. We just had this moment where we just practiced. And I have to say that when my mom was younger, she was having babies every year. Every day I went somewhere, I came back, there was a new child in the house.
Oh my gosh.
And so my moments with her, were starting to dwindle because she had so many babies to look after. And so I really enjoyed that time. It was so special to me to have her all to myself. And
He's doing okay? Did you want to start off with any appetizers?
I'm good.
well, I'm gonna order.
Take your time.
So we're having, sorry, there was a little interruption there. So your mom was having babies, and so this was a time to be able to hang with her.
It was, and it was. I always think about that, but the thing is that the talent show was canceled, and she didn't tell me that. She just stopped rehearsing. We just stopped doing it, and I was so too timid to say why? Why?
Yeah.
And I think it kind of gave me a little complex, but it was always my little secret, thing that made me feel good. And so I wouldn't do it in front of people because it was I don't know if it's, I'm supposed to.
Right.
But, and so I started singing songs to myself, in the basement or, to express myself.
Right.
And so that's how I did it. Yeah. But later on, after meeting a bunch of other people after moving to San Diego, and I always sing, I started doing backup vocals for other people. But it was probably when I met Heina, and we did that Europe trip, that I thought, oh my God, this is awesome,
So what's that Europe trip? Oh, do tell.
Oh, we did, I was a backup singer for this soul blues guy who also had a relationship with a booker in Denmark. And so we got this big show. It started in the U.S. and then we went to Switzerland, Italy, and Denmark doing shows. And I thought that was the best thing ever. I mean, first we're out of the country and we're experiencing all this and we're doing it with music, And so it's just so fantastic. I'm I had no idea you could use this to do anything.
To make a living, you mean? Yeah.
And so it's just so much fun. But 10 years later, I quit my banking job of 20 years and became a full-time singer. That's what I did.
And so on this trip to Europe, that's when you met Heine? Am I saying that right?
Heine. Yeah.
Thank you.
I have to tell you, say it, because if you can't say it in Danish, because you're probably already hooked on phonics. So.
Well, no, I grew up in Europe.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I could probably say it about...
All right, well, you have to listen to him, because it's... Yeah.
But, it's been...
If you say it in English, Heine, apparently to his ear, that sounds right.
Okay. All right. We'll leave it at that. Anyway, so you met him on your trip to Europe,
We did.
Correct? And then you kept in touch?
We did. 7 months later, we got married. Just like that.
Wow.
Just like
Did
that.
you then move over to Denmark? Is that where
He moved here.
Wow.
Yeah, right away.
Wow, so cool. It sounds like it was a whirlwind romance.
It was romantic, yeah. It went fast. Yeah, it was just... But he'd been here for a long time.
Oh, okay.
Before, because they were going back and forth.
I get it, yeah. So back to highlights of your career. What are some times that just really stand out for you that you really...
Doing the Paretta Soul Festival in Paretta, Italy. I got to do that 2 years ago, and that was a bunch of fun. We got to open for Ray Charles once when he was still alive back in San Diego.
Cool.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
What else? Heine and I have been on at least 2 B.B. King shows, so that has probably been a more, because he's done the Montreux But I think that every day something wonderful happens. And right now we get to travel the whole United States. When I first started singing, people started booking me in Europe like right away. And so I'd get on a plane in San Diego, fly across this whole country, stop in Washington, D.C., and then, go on. Or in New York. And there was all this gray area, but now we're like actually in our cars, like traveling. So after this week here in Arizona, the next week will be in Florida, in the Gulf part.
Wow.
We've already done Kansas this year, last month, and then we've got a Midwest tour coming up in March. More San Diego, California coming. So yeah, I think we've only not been to like 6 states.
No, seriously. So like Alaska, Hawaii, or have you
We've
been
been to Hawaii, but not Alaska.
Okay.
But now we found out we could drive there. We know we could drive there.
It's true, you can.
And so all we gotta do is get a little, British Columbia. We've been up to Seattle. I'm like, we just need to connect a few more dots.
So that's so amazing. So you go all over the United States touring.
We do.
That's really...
It's been so much fun. When someone says, I'm from this little town in Kansas, I'm like, oh, I've been there. And it's just so fun just to see how people live. And, because we basically know what we know. We grew up away, and if you're not careful, you think that everything is like that, but it's not.
No, it's not. Is it?
And it's just a beautiful thing to see what other people are doing and to experience it with them as well. So.
Wow. So tell me a little bit more about your actual music, what you're going to perform tonight.
Tonight, Hannah and I were doing we're decided that we're kind of stylists now.
Oh, okay.
Song stylists. And so we've been taking music from a lot of different genres and then just putting our own style on it. And so it doesn't matter if it's a country song, because if I sing it, it's going to sound like a bluesy gospel thing.
Right.
And it doesn't matter if it's a jazz song, it's going to sound like a bluesy gospel thing.
Awesome.
Excuse me. So we've been trying to just put our own little flavor on everything.
So I'm curious, one thing that we definitely have to touch on and talk about is where people can find you online.
Easy. MissyAndersen.com. And that's S-E-N. Don't look for those S-O-N girls, because they do something different.
S-E-N. Missy Andersen. And the sun is S-E-N. I know I always get mixed up on those. Yeah.
S-E-N. And, but then also we have, we're on Instagram, we're on our Facebook page, Missy Andersen Music, Twitter.
They're setting up the tables as we talk, so let's just kind of...
It's
time to get everything all together. So Twitter, Missy Andersen on Twitter, Missy Andersen on Instagram.
Missy Andersen on Facebook. That's it.
All right. And they can buy your recordings.
Absolutely.
CDs from CD Baby or Bandcamp or
Amazon,
iTunes, all the normal outlets.
Yes.
Well, Missy, I so appreciate you taking some time to talk with me.
Thank you so much for actually coming out here.
Yeah, it's really
so it's lovely to meet you again.
Yes, exactly. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.